Hello, my friend, wherever you are. I'm sending you love, the power of positivity, and vitamin D, baby. Stand by. My friend, welcome to the Gazillionaires Club. I just made a video and I forgot to press the record button, so here we go again. We'll do this over, okay? But this will be the continuation of the inflationary camp and the deflationary camp, and the selfish versus the selfless, and the whole point of the Gazillionaires Club is to understand thyself. And once you understand yourself, you transform yourself. Then you transform yourself with your superpower, and with your superpower, you try to make positive impact for the world. And then after that, you learn how to monetize. Then you can party with Khan, or if you want to, you can just come to the retreat, and I'll have people that that are already made it can teach us how to get there. Okay, so my friend, today I want to share about understanding thyself. So we know that with Bitcoin, I understand that the technology were created by the people because everything revolves around money, and the system that we have right now is just so corrupt. It's kind of like the reason why we have business people, entrepreneurs, because the wealth is being diversified. Because imagine back then there were a few continents that were ruled by kings and queens, and the monarchy system, and everyone were slaves to the system. Then we have entrepreneurs came into the picture, trying to create wealth for themselves and trying to create simplicity for people, whatever it is that they do, but they make it more convenient for other people, so they have more time. And then with that time, people can use it instead of working to make the money or be enslaved. They can use that time to to create a better society. Like entrepreneurs create more entrepreneurs because they create more time. They free up the time of the peasant, and now the peasant can become the king. COVID-19! 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 Or queen. So my friend, I was very confused about Bitcoin because I understand the technology, but then, there were some people that kind of with the whole censorship that's going on social media, and then we have a lot of big institutions that are contributing into the Bitcoin network. And the thing is, I was really confused. I was like, man, so where is Bitcoin gonna go? And, I've done my research. I've been sitting back and just kind of pay attention. And when it comes to things that I don't understand, I let time do the investigation. Now, understanding thyself, it's who am I to judge other people? Because when I look at my life, there were mistakes that I've made, and I'm no perfect, and there were times I look at people how can you do this, but then, you also want to create peace. And for me, it's kind of everyone is writing their story. And And instead of me spending that time judging other people, why not spend the time to look at myself? Because the more I understand myself, the more I understand why people do what they do. And I guess at the end of the day, I mean, there are some people that have no remorse whatsoever, but I think the majority of people are doing good for the world. Cha-ching, bitch! I'm rich! Sorry, I'm trying to cover up the mic because it's kind of windy. So, you know, I started going on the journey within because like I spent a lot of time, and, you know, like I love the Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I love the people that are contributing to Bitcoin because, you know, without them spreading the message in the first place, I wouldn't have gotten into Bitcoin. And it's more than just money. It, you know, it can change society. It's like, you know, after listening to the interview, like, you know, even back in 2017 when I was studying it, I was like, man, this can change, but the technology is so new, and, you know, and the volatility, like, you know, I kind of sidetracked a little, and now getting back into it, you know, we have more institutions like adopting Bitcoin. We have, you know, companies that are, or individuals, millionaires and billionaires are getting into Bitcoin. And then you're like, is Bitcoin legit? Because there are a lot of people that, you know, that are connected with the monetary system, or taking the money from the monetary system. Remember our previous or the monetary system that we currently have only benefited a few, and those few people are also part of the Bitcoin network. And then I was like, who am I to judge? Because, you know, people do what they can, and what I've learned, take it with a grain of salt. You know, like, because I feel like the moment I find inner peace, like, I can understand people a lot better. Like, I'm connected to people. Like, we're humans, we're connected. And, you know, I guess at the end of the day, it's like, you know, once we create a society where we can free up the time of the people, what are they going to do with that time? And I feel like, you know, instead of me wasting my time, like, judging people, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna learn, and I'm gonna see where this is gonna take us. If people say who they are, and they turn out to be who they say they are, that's a plus. You always, or at least I always, want to surround myself with those kind of people. And people that don't turn out to be who they say they are, then I don't want to be around those people. But regardless, this journey, it's about self-reflection. And the reason why I was so confused, because I was constantly judging. I was like, you know, I judge because of all the information that I'm getting about a company or an individual. So I just kind of, you know, I don't trust them. But then, isn't that a way of me projecting? I'm projecting because I have all these information, but then how do I know if it's true? So instead of me wasting my time judging, what am I doing? How am I contributing, you know, to make it more positive rather than divide? Because people do what they have to do, because, like, you know, imagine if you run a company, you don't really have a say in the company, and you have some say in, because, you know, the company doesn't run by you itself, right? It runs with you and many other people. So that's what I've learned, my friend, like, you know, the selfish and the selfless. And the moment I went on, you know, I started looking within, I'm like, okay, maybe that's where I'm gonna focus my time. Eyes on the prize. So if you want to come to the Gazillionaires Club, where everyone is on a journey, understanding themselves and trying to spread the message, then hit me up. And the other thing is, Have you ever been in a situation where you let your thoughts, your projection dictate how you see an individual or an entity? Like, how did you deal with it? You know, for me, it's like, okay, I've done my research. I spend my time, but if I still don't understand, then I just sit back and I watch and I learn and I observe, because time will tell. So let me know your strategy, and then, let's get this conversation going. And my friend, if you haven't made a video up to this point, there's no hope for you. There's no hope. You gotta start, okay? You gotta start taking action. Success doesn't come to you unless you start taking action. So much love. I will see you in the next video. Ta-da.